Then after we recalled Eva, all of a sudden everybody want to jump in and start saying Rich need to go out and get signatures and all that crazy stuff. If we would have never recalled Eva Worthy, we would never have made it to this situation. But I do.
Yes, we would have, Rich. No, I didn't get no signatures for Eva, but
you didn't nobody get no Eva for Eva or Liddell the first time. Didn't nobody?
But the last 4 times, the second time is when I came in there. That second recall was in that one.
The one
third recall, I was in that one. This recall, I'm in this.
The second recall against Liddell Lewis.
That's when we know for a fact we had enough signatures.
That was the one.
That's when they pulled that mess. Let's keep it going.
Are
we ready, brother?
That's when
wind down.
That's when Dominique. That's when y'all gotta remember. Okay. Dominique count always supersedes the city, and Dominique never was enough signatures to recall her.
Okay, Dominique told a lie, but anyway, let's move on. Let's move on.
But Dominique.
That's why I didn't vote for him.
I like Dominique. He got a chance to tell a lie.
All right, top of the morning, top of the evening, top of the night, whatever time zone you are on. We are live. Hello, everybody. My name is Kerensz, and this is
Rich Jones. How y'all doing?
Hi.
Good to be here with you.
Okay, what are we talking about tonight,
We're
Rich?
talking about my No More Tears Day at Ballinger Park this Saturday. I need everybody to come on out
to do what?
Enjoy themselves.
And what is this about? Why don't you tell us what No More Tears is about and how it came about? Just refresh.
This is our 5th year anniversary. This is the first year that we're going to be honoring somebody. I'm honoring Kenyatta Dotson. And the reason why I'm honoring Kenyatta Dotson is because when I first came back to Flint, it was a lot of violence going on. And Kenyatta was making a stance against violence. And I just kept seeing her doing stuff, marches, CY marches. And then I seen where we needed to do more. So I decided that I wanted to throw my little twist in. I used her gathering point, and then I threw in artists. And this year I was supposed to be throwing in the bounce houses, but I had ordered 4 bounce houses, and 3 of them got holes in them. And I just found that out yesterday, so we gonna probably have to do something.
You're gonna improvise, okay?
Oh, definitely. We probably gonna have a kickball tournament, or we're gonna have a point of order free throw contest to where everybody can get involved. I'm doing a basketball clinic for the boys and girls ages 8 to 14. Or if you got a 6 or 7 year old that's strong enough to make the ball reach the rim or can bounce the ball 3 times without picking it up, bring them to. And I'm going to have a point of order contest with them also. We got a couple of choirs that's going to come up and perform for us. Definitely.
I'm serious. Excuse me. Can we circle? Let's circle back around to the No More Tears, though. Let's talk about No More Tears and how that came about. What was your passion for No More Tears? What's your vision, or a little bit of your vision? How did No More Tears come about? Just reintroduce it to the people who are streaming here for the first time. So let us know what this is about.
You know, y'all know I have been involved with youth ever since I was 19 years old.
Okay, so you got involved with youth at the age of 19.
Yeah.
Okay, and how was that? What fostered that?
God, everything just led to me being 19 years old, coaching the 18 and under church basketball team. And from that day, I have always felt young, and some of my players went the wrong path and ended up getting murdered.
Oh, wow.
A lot of other basketball coaches I was only seeing when we was going to funerals and stuff with kids, and a lot of parents, was telling me about their kids in jail, because you deal, when you put 20 plus years into dealing with people, you get a lot of good stories, you get a lot of bad stories. I have way more successful stories to talk about, but the few bad stories ignited me to try to reach out and make a change, and from talking to kids, they want consistency. That's why after this Saturday, 2 more Saturdays, I have a skills competition. So some of the stuff that I teach them Saturday, we're gonna have a competition over. Of course, I'm gonna bring back the point of order free throw contest. I gotta follow that everywhere I go, since that can get everybody involved. Everybody can shoot free throw. Okay. Even if I had to bring the line up close, everybody can shoot free throw. Okay. So
and so that happened. You were doing that in the Flint area? Was it just specific?
Always at Ballinger Park.
Flint? Okay, so it was at Ballinger Park.
And one time I rented McCree Theater. I'm going to do that again this year. But the difference is going to be this year is I'm going to be in it from head to toe. Last time I just paid for everything. I was in California and bought all the tickets, telling people just get the tickets away. If you sell them, put the money in your pocket, whatever. It's y'all show. But this year, I'm gonna promote it.
And again,
and be everywhere.
Good. Again, let's go to, so you started No More Tears at 19. And what motivated you is you were actually a coach. And
lost a lot of players.
You were 19 and a lot of players died. So 5 years. You said you're 5 years old.
This is my 5th year.
Your 5th year. Okay. What motivated you to start 5 years ago?
Just the need to reach out. Just the need to reach out to the people and try to get the kids to travel down a different path. A problem that I see is a lot of bad behaviors are being replaced in our society. And I'm just trying to do something to give the kids something different to look forward to. And there's a lot of young parents out there. So I'm trying to encourage the young parents. If you don't want your child to grow up indulging in something, please don't do it around them, as in smoking, cussing, and fighting, and bagging, and locking and loading. You don't want your child doing that. Try to keep that away from them. I want to make a move towards positive music being on our radio stations instead of all of these songs that you got to beep out lyrics and you got to. It's just promoting violence. I'm just against the promotion of violence, period. And it's a shame because I talk to artists and they're not giving artists who do critical thinking, who have messages in their song, they're not giving them contracts.
But okay, let me say something in regards to violence, because America, historically, and we're going to talk about history, is a violent nation. So it's like you talk about the lyrics, which is supposed to be entertainment, being violent lyrics, but look at the climate of the culture and the nation that we live in. Because we're not going to, I don't want to deviate away from your No More Tears topic in dealing with violence, but at the same time, we do have to understand that this violence was fostered and perpetuated inside of the United States of America. So let's look at statistics. We only have a couple of 100 million citizens. For every citizen in the United States of America, when you break down guns, they said you could give every person in the United States 3 guns. It's like 3 guns per person, whether they have a gun at home or not. Our nation, and we don't even have 1 billion people here. So what do you do? What's the solution when you live in a nation that's violent? Violence is celebrated. You have police getting immunity for being violent. What do you do? What do you do?
That's the main issue that I have, because when I try to talk to people about not being violent, they bring in the police. what my stance is and what my cause is what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to mold young men and young women to be positive, to not get into because right now we got 13 and 14-year-old kids walking around here killing each other. So my goal is to take these 9 and under kids and work with them every year and keep them away from this negative behavior. And I really want Flint kids to stop going to the juvenile detention center. I really want to get our behaviors in check, challenge our kids to stop doing the wrong things, and it's hard because I talk to some parents are trying to work with their kids. Some parents ain't involved in their kids' life. Some kids don't even have parents.
Okay.
So it's a lot going on far as changing, but my goal is to keep the kids on the right path, not let them go astray.
Okay. So that's good. But let me piggyback off what you just said, because when we talk about violence, every child is not guilty. Every child in the system, in the U.S. system, is not guilty. And so, again, historically, when we go back, we know why prisons and jails were created. They were created for my ancestors who were slaves. So, again, in a nation where violence is perpetuated daily, it is a lack of accountability from the ones who are supposed to be the overseers. How are you going to snatch the minds of the young kid? How do you go in and snatch them with your message, with all the outside influence that they have, with all the pressures, with everything that they see every day in America?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to bring back the old days. I know you remember growing up in Flint, how you had all the teen clubs.
Okay.
You had different, and then I want to say this. It is a lot of good things going on for the kids. Mm-hmm. It's just something that I call rope, tying our community together. We just need to connect some of these. Like, we got a lot of people that need mental health help conversation, and we got a lot of mental health specialists, but it's a gap in between them two. So I want to try to, like, I've been inviting all kinds of mental health specialists to come up, and then we're going to have a meeting set up to where everybody that attend the No More Tears Day, that want to do something to keep these kids from going astray, we're going to meet, and it's going to be a different meeting, because most meetings, people like the ones that I'm inviting up, we invite them up to talk to them. I'm going to invite them up. If it's 100 people come and 100 people have 100 different ideas about what they want to do to help these kids, we're going to listen to all 100 of them, and then hopefully those people can come together. Hey man, let's do your program together with my program. I can help you do this, or
so network.
Yeah, so we can and what's more important is people like me that always support other ventures that I'm trying to invite up. That way we can start uniting and being stronger, because a lot of efforts that I see are being made is kind of handicapped because of the structure and the idea that you got to have certain people in place. Like, a lot of people that are busy trying to take on this task of forming this stuff, it's a lot of different excuses of why you can't get all of them people in the same room at the same time, because they got to do this, they got to do that. So I'm just trying to get everyday people that want to make a change to come together, because at the end of the day, it's the everyday people that's going to bring our city back. We can say all we want, do all we want to do, but at the end of the day, the people, because they got to deal with these kids 24/7. We only got to deal with them while we got our program going. Once our program in, they go their way, we go our way.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. It is bringing them in for that short stint of time and then sending them back off into that same environment. And it can muddy and muddle the impact sometimes.
And it definitely, it has gotten to the point with me to where I'll be like, look, man, I understand you got this going, you got this, but are you going to grow up and say, well, I'm in this situation because of this? Are you going to grow up and say, yeah, I had all this against me, but I pushed it to the side and look where I'm at now? And
it takes a team.
Yeah, and I try to challenge
a good team.
I try to, like the kids that slide. A lot of kids sliding got kids. Instead of jumping in your car looking for an enemy, teach your kid how to read. Spend more time with whenever that demon get inside of you to go out there and do some evil. Read a book to your kid instead. Change their way.
From a parent perspective, when you have employment, you're not always able to be with your kids. So
that's another lane of a situation.
Okay, so let me ask a question. How often does your group meet? How often do you meet? Is it quarterly, periodically?
Well, the nonprofit that I'm a part of, we meet once a week.
Okay.
But this group that I'm pulling in together is going to meet once a month, and then hopefully it's going to go. And then, like I'm in communication with a lot of people that have programs for kids, and there's a couple of them that have programs for kids but don't have no kids in their program. There's a couple of them that got more kids than they can handle in their program. So we try to get some of these people.
So
you get some people to help the ones that need help out. You let the kids know about these. That's what I said about these. It's a lot of mental health specialists out here, and it's a lot of kids that need somebody to sit down and talk to them. But it's a gap in between them two coming together. And I'm trying to fill that gap. And I want to say this, because in the past, I have always tried to do this with less hands apart. Like, this is the first time that DeJuan is even chipping in. This is the first time that, I mean, because I never came to.
Pause for a minute.
No, this is what I'm saying. I never came to DeJuan and asked them for help.
Okay, so
that's what I'm saying. I never.
Okay, brother.
Brother.
Pause for wait a minute. Pause.
Pause. The first one, my man, him and Darius did perform at the first one.
Okay, well, now you can't be just okay. Now DeJuan had that look like what you got to say?
No,
he's looking like hold on.
He did. Hold on.
Let him speak for himself. He here. He's present.
Yeah, but
I support.
Yeah, he support. When I came and I'm here and we good. But before it's like I said on the other podcast when we came, I said, I'm not pointing any fingers, because if I might well point fingers, but 3 of them was pointing back. I might well point 2 fingers because 6 of them are pointing back at me. Because at the end of the day,
it's your vision.
It was what I did.
It's your vision.
It was what I did.
Again, this is Rich's vision.
Yeah.
You were the visionary for this, so nobody's responsible for making your vision come to pass and come to fruition, but you.
And this is the first year that
out of the way.
that I invited the pastor to come. So this is the first year I invited the pastor. The first year I invited the church. This is the first year I'm doing the basketball clinic. But you have to learn.
So what are the takeaways? What's going to be the goodies? What's going to be the goodies? Now let's shift gears a little bit. What's gonna be the goodies? What takeaways can they expect?
Really, to be honest, I'm already overjoyed because of the kids that while I was passing out flyers, the kids that I met, some of the parents.
What's gonna be the goodies and the takeaway for the kids? Not from the adult perspective. What are the goodies for the kids?
Free food.
Okay.
I'm one of the best when it comes to teaching basketball. Okay. So they're gonna get some top of the line.
So you having food there?
Oh, definitely having food.
Okay.
Definitely, I didn't got fed too many times this summer, not to feed this time.
Okay.
I gotta feed. If I don't do nothing, if I counsel everything, if I tell the choir to stay home, I tell the one not to come, I tell the preachers to stay home, I tell them I'm not bouncing the basketball, I gotta have a food truck there. Okay. I can say everything can be eliminated, but I done ate too much food.
Okay.
The one fed me well. All Juneteenth, about 19 days in a row, eating all of the one. I gotta have food.
Okay, so the food will be there from Rich's mouth. He said he's having food. Food will be a takeaway. What other goodies are the kids having?
Oh man, that color, we're gonna have a color fight, which I don't, being that we're supposed to be stopping the violence, I don't like the word fight, but
a challenge. You're having a color challenge. So what is the color challenge going to be about?
It's a group of kids that had a ball Sunday at Church Without Wall.
And the color
they was throwing colors at each other.
Oh.
So if you gonna get it,
bring an extra pair of clothes.
All that, but what they thought.
Hold on for a moment. Is that written on this sheet?
That and
that needs to be down here.
That and the point of order free throw competition came about because the bounce houses 3 out of 4 had holes in it.
Okay, but let's go back to this. Parents, guardians, siblings. If you are bringing someone to the No More Tears event,
that want to get that color fight,
who wants to participate in the color challenge, because Rich said he's stopping the violence, make sure they had extra clothing.
And let me say this: if you bring your good clothes, because I had my suit on. Y'all know I don't wear suits that much, but I had my little suit on all Sunday, and I didn't know what the color challenge fight was, so I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in it." And then I seen what it was. I said, "I ain't gonna be in it." And then the host came up like, "Why you wasn't in it?" And gave me a hug, and some of that chalk got off on my clothes. But I didn't need nothing wet. I just, just like that wiped it off. So,
okay.
So if you don't bring and your kids rub against you, don't have a heart attack. Just you don't be wiping for a little while, but just wipe it off or get you something or that it's chalk. And y'all know we put chalk down on cement. It rained, we don't see chalk no more.
All right.
Good. So
now I'm a point of order, Rich, because we have to wrap this up. 30 minutes is our time.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you so much for tuning in. And Rich, why don't you circle back to what this event is about again? And then he would look forward to seeing everybody.
No More Tears Day is all about. I got a song wrote called "The Worst Words Your Mom Could Ever Hear." And we're trying to stop that. We're trying to stop those parents from getting those middle of the night phone calls saying your child ain't coming home. We're trying to stop people from going to crime scenes and finding out either their child been accused of a crime or their child been a victim of a crime. We're trying to definitely make a stand to get these big guns that you can't even shoot deer with and bears, but yet you can shoot your black brother and black sister with. We're trying to get a stance up to get those guns off our streets because we need those streets. And what's most important for all of our people that live in our city, respect your city like you respect Grand Blankenburg. Because a lot of activities that you do in the city of Flint, you do not do in Grand Blankenburg. You don't do it. You really don't do. You really behave differently when you go in Grand Blankenburg than you do in the city of Flint. So that's treat Flint with the same respect and love as y'all do those other cities.
All right. And that concludes this segment. It was nice meeting everybody and look forward to seeing everybody
And
there.
if y'all want to help me, the only avenue of help I have right now is a cash out. And it's cash out capital, all letters capital, UFTL. And then that stands for Uniting Flint Through Love. So if y'all want to help out, maybe help me get some last minute bounce houses, hit that cash out. This is only the beginning because when I talked to one of my first performers, Elijah, who that moved out of town, I'm almost done. But he had moved out of town, but he said consistency, and that's what we got to provide. Our annual stuff that I'm doing now is good, but I aim into spending more time with Dewan, helping him out with his project. Kenyatta Dawson, she damn near do something at least and change more stuff with person cover who is having a stop the violent march on Sunday right after the No More Tears Day.